We're heading somewhere a little greener, a little quieter, and maybe a little unexpected. You've probably heard of people moving to big cities for work, for excitement, and for opportunities. But what about the opposite? What about those who leave the city behind to live and work in the countryside? In Korea, more and more young people are doing just that. One recent headline read, 1 in 10 new farmers are youths, tired of harsh city life. And it's not just Korea. People around the world are trading concrete for crops. Today, we're diving into the world of returning to the land, or as it's called here in Korea, kinong. What does it really mean, and why are people doing it? And is it all just sunsets and fresh air, or is there more to the story? Let's get into it. It's Tuesday, May 27th, 2025, and this is Midday Mate. Let's get started.
그날 이후로 난 이렇게 살고 떠난 기타 한 번도 들지 못하고 그날 이후로 난 이렇게 살아 웃기지 않다 세탁한 가기 밀려버린 빨래를 토해내고 머린 붕 떠 슬슬 나 빼고 분주한 창밖은 벚꽃 마저 바쁘고 글씨먹이로 박자기 없어도 당장에 내가 내 환생할 리만 보여도 쭉 빨아서 곡이나 쓰는 거 딱 죽기보다 싫은데 그날 이후로 난 이렇게 살고 떠난 기타 한 번도 들지 못하고 그날 이후로 난 이렇게 살아 웃기지 않은데 오늘만 I love it I 시대를 사랑해라 말하고 왜하면 좀 괜찮을까 Love it 원한테야 영감을 받은 척하고 뻔한 것을 써봐도 떨고 떨어져 착진 결국 you So sick of being sober 널 다 노래 아닌 척 살아가겠지 오늘 내일 또 모레 지겹지만 쭉 팔아서 곡이나 쓰는 건딱 죽기보다 싫은데 그날 이후로 난 이렇게 살고 떠난 기타 한 번도 들지 못하고 그날 이후로 난 이렇게 살아 웃기지 그런데 오늘만 I love you I 시대로 사랑해 말하고 후회하면 좀 괜찮을까 Love you
솔직히 말해 음악 같은 건 가능성밖에 나한테니까 가사 쓰고 기타 치는 건 의미도 없고
어디서 온 감동 커져 변질될 것 같았어 이만 날래
다 별거 없는 거잖아
And that was 오늘만 I Love You by Boy Next Door. This track is a playful yet bittersweet confession of young love. It's about someone who finds it hard to say I love you every day. Maybe because they're scared or maybe because it just feels too real. So instead, they just say it for today, with all the courage they have in that one moment. The lyrics are a little awkward, a little cute, and full of that teenage honesty where love feels overwhelming, but words feel too big. It's vulnerable, relatable, and kind of charming in a very human way. Hello, everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheongwon, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. Welcome to Midday Mate. I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday so far. And in our YouTube live stream, we have Benny-님 coming in 1등 saying, Hi Kimbo, Na PD and all. Happy Tuesday. And Benny-님, I hope you're having a great Tuesday over there in the Philippines as well. And hello, Shin Do-kyung-님. Welcome to Midday Mate. So everyone, let's see what's coming up on the show for today. In hour number 1, we're going to start off with Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today, we're going to be talking about this phenomenon of how people are moving from the city into the countryside. And so, we're going to talk about what does kinong mean, returning to farming. After Listomania, we'll have the real charm of Busan with Jimmy, a journey through Busan's hidden gems, revealing the charms everyone knows and few fully discovered. And so Jimmy will be in the studio shortly for that fun segment, so stay tuned. Let's fast forward over on to hour number 2. We'll have today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After that, we'll have Byte-size banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with my partner in crime, Andrew. After Bite-size banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And if you were here yesterday, we're diving into the world of the movie Catch Me If You Can, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. So make sure that you stay tuned for that fun segment as well. And since today is Tuesday, we'll end the show with our segment, Love is a Science. We explore the dynamics of relationships through data, uncovering the science behind love. And now for our question of the day and text topic. It's going to be related to farming because, that's our little theme for Tuesday today. And the question is, if you started a small farm, which fruit or vegetable would you grow first? So imagine you're starting a farm and it's your first one. What would you grow first? Which fruit or which vegetable? And tell me why you would want to do that one. Let me know. So, 작은 농장을 시작하게 된다면 제일 먼저 키워보고 싶은 과일이나 채소는 무엇인가요? So let me know. Send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. We also do have our smartphone app. Search the two same things again, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of your app stores. You can download our app, listen to our programs, and also leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with Listomania after this song. Here is One Sweet Day in Paris by J. Flaw.
Following our nose, following our heart. It wasn't a trip that we thought through. The Eiffel Tower under the sparkling Milky Way. The wet air wraps around the sea
And that was One Sweet Day in Paris by J. Pla. And now it's time for Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today our topic is, what does kinong, returning to farming, mean? So first, what is kinong? So for me, as a Korean American in Kyopo, this is the first time I heard this term. So let me help you understand it as well. So what does this mean? When we say kinong in Korea, it literally means returning to farming. But interestingly, many people who go into it have never farmed before in their lives. So in practice, kinong often means starting a new life in the countryside. People might grow crops, raise animals, or even run small eco businesses. It's part of a wider trend we see in many modern countries. People wanting to reconnect with nature, live more sustainably, and step away from the rush of city life. In Korea, we also use the term 귀촌, which means returning to a village, not necessarily to a farm, but to live in a rural setting. Some people do both even. They move to a village and start small-scale farming. So, kinong isn't just about agriculture. It's about a change in lifestyle, values, and priorities. So, why are people choosing this life? Why are we moving away from the city life into the rural countryside? Let's be honest. City life can be really exhausting. Rising living costs, tiny apartments, endless traffic, and the constant pressure to work harder, faster, longer. It's no surprise that some people start dreaming of a quieter life. And when you think about it, the countryside offers a few major perks. There is cleaner air, cheaper housing, closer communities even, and the chance to grow your own food or run a small business. And you know, for older generations, kinong is about and often retiring somewhere peaceful. So we're going to retire now. But for younger people, millennials and, even Gen Z, it's sometimes a way to just start over, pressing the restart button on our life. Some are burned out from their jobs. Others are disillusioned with the corporate world. They want to build something real. And you know what? The countryside gives them space to do that. Literally, spaciously, and figuratively, space in their minds, mentally. So, are young people really doing this? Are we all really moving back to the rural side? Yes, and you know what? The numbers prove it. There is science and data to back it up. According to Korean government data, over 10% of new farmers in 2023 were under the year of 39 years old. Are you 39 and they're moving back? 39, I feel like that's when you're just getting your life together in the city, but they're moving all the way to the rural area. So that might not sound huge at first because, it's a little over 10%, but it is growing. 10 years ago, that number was almost unthinkable. In fact, many local governments in Korea now offer financial support for young people who want to move to rural areas and farm. That includes training programs, startup funds, even help finding land. Take Jeollanam-do, for example. They've been particularly active in supporting young kinong families. Some villages now have small clusters of 20s or 30-somethings who moved there to farm together. Of course, it's not always smooth sailing. Many young kinong hopefuls face real-life challenges. As we said earlier, they didn't have any experience, so the lack of experience. Isolation, moving from where you had your friends and family into a totally empty area where you don't really know anyone. Difficulties accessing land or equipment. And sometimes a feeling of being an outsider in small rural communities. Still, the success stories are real and inspiring. So although there are some challenges, there are many people who are thriving and striving as well. So what does it take to succeed? So how do people actually make this work? First, education matters. In all things, education matters, right? There are agricultural schools and training centers in Korea that offer beginner courses in farming, livestock, business planning, and even marketing. Second, community is key, the people that you surround yourself with. No one succeeds in isolation. Those who build relationships with neighbors, local cooperatives, and other young farmers tend to do a bit better. Some even join or create shared farming projects where several people work together and then share the profits. And third, being realistic. You won't get rich overnight. Farming is definitely hard work. And the first few years can be financially tough. Successful kinong people often start small, maybe just with a vegetable garden or a weekend farm before going all in. And finally, embrace the change. Living in the countryside is a major shift. You need patience, adaptability, and a willingness to learn from both nature and neighbors. Yes. So I have a message here from 인류의 충전소님. Hello, saying, 저도 귀농하고 싶어요. I also want to return to the farm. 답답한 도시를 떠나 자연으로 품으로. So leave the city and go into the wide open arms of nature. Yes, lots of people are doing that also. So what about the rest of the world? What about the other percentage of people who are not doing it? Korea isn't alone. Around the world, more people are trading cities for fields. So it's not a trend only in Korea, but a trend that's happening worldwide. In Japan, the government offers empty house banks, lists of abandoned rural homes that people can rent or buy cheaply if they agree to move and live there. In the US, there's a small but growing movement called New Agrarians, young people who are choosing farming not as a backup plan, but as a purpose-driven lifestyle. And let's go to a few other places. In France and Germany, there's been a surge of urbanites moving to the countryside to start organic farms or eco-villages, especially since the pandemic. In many places, the motivations are the same. A desire to reconnect with nature, the dream of a simpler but more meaningful life, and frustration with high-speed, high-stress rhythm of city life. So we just get away from it. So, is returning to the countryside just a trend though, or is it a meaningful alternative for a modern lifestyle? It's definitely not for everyone. Remember, in Korea, there's a 10%. Rural life can be beautiful, but it's also challenging. And let's be honest, there are some downsides also. Limited access to hospitals, schools, and cultural spaces. Internet and public transport can be, a bit unreliable at times too. And a sense of isolation, especially for young people who are used to the city crowds. And adjusting to a tight-knit rural community takes time and effort. So, it's not always romantic or relaxing. There is going to be a big, hard work input needed from the person. What's clear is this, that more and more people are turning to farming and rural living in search of something deeper. A new rhythm of life, a stronger connection with nature, and maybe even more control of their own happiness. They're redefining success, not by salary or job title, but by health, peace of mind, and a slower, more meaningful life. So the next time someone says, I'm thinking of moving to the countryside, don't laugh it off. It could be the start of their most important chapter yet. And that was our list for Listomania. What does kinong, returning to farming, mean? So hopefully this opened the eyes for our listeners to see that there is a trend from moving away. And if you're not able to do this, I would recommend try going to a farm and going to the rural countryside for the weekend. Get the healing that you need and come back to work feeling refreshed. And now let's take a song break. Here is Blame It On Me by 4 Feet Deep.
I see the vengeance on you.
heart, blame it on me. I always fall.
Drowning 가볍게 새로운 사랑이 널 아프게 해. Jump in, fade away. 이런 날 작게 나약하게. 이러다 우린 멀어져가. 날 바라본 너의 눈에 내가 비춰지지 않아.
Need a piece of mind. Baby, where you know to find me, find it. Whoa, baby, on me. When I pull up on you, baby, on me. I see the vengeance on you. Girl, I told you from the start, yeah, I'll break your heart. Blame it on me. I always fall.
Let me speak it, I'll be honest. I don't mean it to the most, but go what you matters. Blame it on me if you want, yeah. I'm not the reason that you feel like that. So can my baby waste my time? You're still the only one I want. Don't you feel a little bad for me, baby? Wanna love you with no complications.
This was what I do this time. Imperfect even though I try. Come over, I can show you that it's all in your mind. Try to love me like I do. Like I do. Can you make me feel important? Give me your all best until the morning. Try to love me like I do for you.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Blame It On Me by 4 Feet Deep. And I'm your host, Kimberly, and you're listening to Midday Mate here on BEFM. And now our question of the day and text topic, it is, if you started a small farm, which fruit or vegetable would you grow first? 작은 농장을 시작하게 된다면 제일 먼저 키워보고 싶은 과일이나 채소는 무엇인가요? And I have so many answers right now. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. First, here is Benny's answer. Benny saying, for me, I want to grow a carrot and onions. The reason is to add a wonderful path to a growing community of spring onions and carrot lovers. Ooh, very nice. And you know what? Carrots and onions are really crucial for a lot of different dishes. So I think those are two smart decisions. And Benny Neem said another one is mangoes for fruit. I love mangoes. I just had mango yesterday and it was so delicious. I can't wait until more mangoes come in. And then we have Penguin-님. Hello, Penguin-님. Saying 저는 strawberry를 키워보고 싶습니다. I want to grow some strawberries. And yeah, strawberries are just so delicious. And I think this year of 2025, I have had the most strawberries in my life because they were just so delicious this year. I have another one here from Jason Kwon-님. Hello, hello, saying, if I go to the farm, I will start by wrapping vegetables such as lettuce and kale. Ooh, they are relatively easy to grow, so it will be good to start farming. Ah, yes, lettuce and kale. And if you're like me, I love eating gogi and, lettuce. You need it. And Inle Chungjeongso-님 is saying, I want to grow 미나리 because it's easy to grow and very yummy with samgyeopsal. Yum! And then, you know what, Inle Chungjeongso-님, I'm going to go visit your farm, take your minnari so I can eat it with my samgyeopsal. And we have 2 cacao messages here from Chae-sung-님. Hello, hello. Saying, hi, how are you feeling today? Thank you for asking, Chae-sung-님. I feel great. It's a lovely Tuesday, and I'm here with you guys here at Midday Mate. What else? And Chae-sung-nim says, if I had a small farm, I think I would grow leafy greens such as lettuce, spinach, and perilla leaves. And whenever I have no appetite, I used to enjoy samgyeopsal wrapped in lettuce and perilla leaf, actually. I used to grow vegetables before I moved to where I live right now. I'm looking for a small farming land. Oh, that's very nice. And you know what? Perilla leaves. I think I need to get some perla leaves too. 깻잎, right, everyone? I love 깻잎. If I were to go eat samgyeopsal, actually, yeah, the minari is just like seasonal sometimes, but 깻잎, it's something that I always use all the time. And we have another message here from Kim Hyunjun-님. Hello, hello, saying, I want to grow a bunch of apple trees. My son loves apples, but it is too expensive to let him eat as much as he wants. You. So I want to grow golden apple trees in my farm if I get one. Yes. Apples are so delicious, but they are so expensive these days. And it's hard to find like the most delicious crisp apple. So if we were in charge of our own farming, I'm sure we can make the best apples there. So everyone, thank you so much for all of your answers. I'm so happy. So yes, keep them coming. If you haven't answered yet, send in your answers by texting in #9050 or 샵 9050 and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. We also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of your app stores. You can download our app, listen to our programs, and then leave us some comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with our Tuesday segment. And welcome back, listeners. It is now time for The Real Charm of Busan with Jimmy.
Yay, Jimmy in the building.
Jimmy in the building, everyone.
Yeah.
As we always say, how are you doing?
Doing great. Yeah, I couldn't really stand hearing all of those samgyeopsal and minari because I'm sure you know I'm on a meal prep right now.
Yes.
So I'm like, I feel like just going to samgyeopsal restaurant and dig in some samgyeopsal right
we must
now.
cheer on Jimmy. Continue with your awesome meal prep. You
Yeah.
can do it.
I know.
And then we'll all eat samgyeopsal after you're done.
Right. Then I'll regain my weight again.
We'll have a big celebration.
Yeah, let's do that.
So did you go to the gym and play tennis this morning?
Tennis, and then after I went to the gym to work out. So yeah.
So busy, everyone. Jimmy is so
I'm trying.
like dedicated into his tennis and gym right now.
Yeah.
I wish I had that dedication too, but you know, I'm just living the life.
No, you're dedicated to the radio.
I'm dedicated to the radio, to
feel
all of
me?
you.
Yay.
Oh, thank you for that. So everyone, it is now time for The Real Charm of Busan, where Jimmy takes us on a journey through the real charm and well-known wonders of Busan, introducing Busan's charm as a travel destination, its unique food, things to see, and things to enjoy. So let's see. Where are we going today? And let's see, have I been here before?
I'm sure you have. I mean, today's episode is actually packed with some of my favorite spots.
Okay.
I don't really go here often, but then whenever I go, I need more than a day.
Oh.
So I am going to take you guys to Nampodong this time first. Have you ever been to Nampodong? No?
I haven't been to Nampodong, but
Really?
But everybody, hear me out. I have a lot of 표시들 on my map. I'm like,
okay.
I need to go to this cafe in Nampodong. I need to go to this restaurant in Nampodong. I need to go here. But I haven't actually been
So
yet.
you actually know the location,
Yes,
and
I
then
do.
you heard of the name of Nampodong before.
Of course.
Because that's like the original, downtown, like old school downtown that used to be really, really popping with like all these shopping districts. And still, I mean, it still does because there's like, we talked about Gukja Market before.
Of course.
And right across from the Nampodong area, there's a Jagalchi Market that's like one of the biggest market.
Okay,
in
so
Korea.
I've been to 국제시장 and 자갈치
Oh.
before, but does
Yeah.
that mean I've been to Nampodong?
I don't think
It's
so.
different,
yeah.
right?
Right.
It's very different.
I know. Some people might just say, I have been to Gukja Market, so therefore I have been to Nampodong, but no.
Yes, I won't cheat. It's been a while I haven't been to a place where you've introduced, so I'm ready
Right.
to learn a lot.
Yeah, so Nampodong from the, bustling marketplaces to scenic harbors, and then you can also taste like variety of food from like hotdog to tteokbokki and bultteok, and everything is there. That's why I'm saying that one day is not enough.
Oh, yes, it sounds perfect. So let's get started. We're going to go into Nampodong, everyone.
Yeah.
A district that perfectly captures the energetic heartbeat of Busan.
Sure.
And what's the vibe down there?
I mean, Nampodong is really dynamic because it actually represents one of those old school charm. And also it's modern too because a lot of new things are also started to you rebuild around that area. I'm sure you have passed through a Busan station.
Yes.
That area is under construction 24/7 these days because of the redevelopment project. So that particular area around Busan Station and Nampodong is actually getting developed. Redeveloped
nice.
actually.
So I know that Nampodong is always full of people,
Yeah.
right? What type of people are there?
I mean, there's shoppers. I mean, because there's fashion boutiques to beauty shops and then a lot of eateries out there. So you can see a lot of tourists. And also, that's near the cruise terminal. So a lot of international visitors actually stop by and then their must visit spot is either Chagalchi or Nampodong shopping
true.
district. So yeah, that's why it's always bustling and popping.
Wow. So it feels like maybe something's always happening there because there's so many different types of
Right.
people there. It's not just Busan people, but people from all over.
Yeah, because Nampodong is actually one of those meeting spots. When we think about this area around Gwangan and Haeundae, near that square and the beach area is actually where you guys all meet. But in Nampodong, it's near either in front of Beef Street or what do you call it? Yeah, Gukja Market. So yeah, that's a meeting spot for them.
Ooh, a meeting spot to hang out and then choose which awesome restaurant you're going to go to and eat in.
For sure, no doubt.
And also, I heard it's not just for shopping, it's also a cultural hub as well.
Yeah, exactly. At nighttime, the area lights up with neon signs and then a lot of 포장마차.
I love 포장마차.
Yeah, so you can eat 꼼장어 to all sort of 곱창, 막창. Yeah, so that's why some of my friends, my close friends, they're even though we live around this area, they're you know what? I feel like having some 곱창 and 막창, especially 양곱창 in Nampodong. So let's go.
Oh, as a Korean American in Gyeopo, 포장마차s are something that I've always seen in Korean dramas a long time ago. But then I feel like when I first came to Korea, there weren't many 포장마차s.
I know.
In Seoul, they were kind of disappearing. But then
Yeah.
when I moved down to Busan, I was like, oh, there's 포장마차 still.
Yeah, I know.
And the fact that I haven't been to Nampodong yet for these 포장마차s, it kills me inside.
So I love going to 포장마차 in time to time because there's always emo working so hard and then I just 애교 부려 to them and then they give us extra complimentary food. Yeah, so I
Show
love it.
us your 애교. Show us your 애교.
emo 좀 더 주세요 like that.
Which emo would not give you
I
more
know.
after that?
I'm blurry now.
So that was Nampodong, everyone. Let's move on to our next spot then.
We actually talked about it because it's really hard to actually divide the sectors. 창선동 is literally just Nampodong. It's actually inside of a Gukja market anyway. So, but 창선동 먹자골목 food alley is really, really popular too. There's all those restaurants all lined up, and then you can just grab from 떡볶이 to 밀면 to everything all combined together. So you don't really have to think of what to eat once you go there. But also on the other hand, it's really hard for you to choose one because you have so many options.
So it's good to go with a group of people so that
Right.
you can get, some of each and
Yeah.
then get 2 bites of each type of food
I know.
so that you can taste everything.
Wow, that's correct.
Right?
Because I don't really like to go there by myself.
You would be
on
too
my own.
full.
I know. Or I don't really know what to choose. Yeah.
But 먹자골목, the food alleyways are something that are just so good for everyone, tourists and people, Busan locals who live here.
That's why some of those international tourists, they don't really like to enter into the actual restaurant, but instead they like to just to try having something on 포장마차 or maybe some of those 떡볶이 street, food and stuff.
You know what? everyone talks about Busan tteokbokki.
Yeah.
What makes this different from other types of tteokbokki? I've always wanted to know.
Great question. I mean, the sauce tended to be more savory and then also more sweet. And on the other hand, also spicy, like extra spicy.
So it's just extra of everything.
Yeah. And then they, you know what? Like the 국물 is made out of seafood. So they have a deep flavor.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried some of those amuk and tteokbokki up in Seoul, of course. But here, it's more deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah.
Because, when I lived in Seoul, I wasn't a tteokbokki type of person. I wasn't, tteokbokki 먹어야지. Like, I never had that.
Really?
But here, after I had it in like the Haeundae area, I'm always like, I want some tteokbokki. It's like a bit chewier
You
here.
do crave for it, right? I agree.
Delicious.
I think because of that duck and also at the same time because of that sauce.
Yeah, it's thicker
Right,
here too.
right.
In Seoul, it's a bit watery.
True.
So if you're in Busan, it's thicker and chewier and full of flavor.
For sure. You know it all. You should go and try some 남포동 tteokbokki.
Yes, who wants to go with me?
Right.
So really quickly, let's take a song break before we move on. Here is Hands Up by Meow.
막힘없지 더 묻지 마 Do what you please 거침없게 Don't cross the line La 1, 2, 3 set it up 짱깨점 수평 넘어라 너도 용솟음점 마법 같은 법 이래저래 해도 넌 바래 no you know So what we gonna do I see you look at me now Hands up Crack the sky open put your hands up Break the sky let the water fall Song we don't ever 몰라 do Throw it up what you want to Hands up Crack the sky open put your hands up Break the sky let the water fall Song we don't ever 몰라 do Throw it up what you want to 이 길로 갈게 We got to see above okay We back on track give me back 번진 날 did it 뜨거운 햇빛처럼 lit it Summer D we burn again Provocation ain't nothing new to me we 둘러봐 네 녹슨 sword 질투 가득한 admiration self-affirmation yet still unsure 번쩍들과 드는 이 Me and my girls you deal with So I down killing turning up willing Hands up who the real villain 내 안에 bullshit they won't let it die 꺼지진 않겠어 I will survive 이래저래 해도 난 but it no you know So what we gonna do I see you look at me now Hands up Crack the sky open put your hands up Break the sky let the water fall So we don't double 몰라 do Throw it up what you want to Hands up Crack the sky open put your hands up Break the sky let the water fall So we don't double 몰라 do Throw it up what you wanna do 불타는 맘 다 태워봐 어차피 또 피어날 테니까 이제 다시 거슬러 위로 아래로 다 뒤집어 Let the drum go rum ba bum bum tap 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 Break the sky open put your tap 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 Break the sky open put your Break the sky open put your Break the sky open put your hands up
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Hands Up by Meow, and you're listening to Midday Mate, everyone. And we're in the middle of our segment of The Real Charm of Busan with Jimmy, and we talked about Nampodong and the Changseondong 목자 골목,
Yes.
and so many different things. And I have a message here from 만학도 영아님 saying, I've only ever passed through 남포동 on my way up to 용두산 공원, so 용두산 Park.
yeah.
I didn't realize there were so many things to eat and see there.
You should definitely go because it's gonna be, really hard for you what to eat. So many options.
So with that, let's move on to our 자갈치 cruise. For those who want a maritime experience, the cruise is
I
a
know.
must.
All right, Kimberly, before I actually dive deep into it, have you ever ridden on the cruise in Busan?
I've been on a yacht.
Oh, that's better then.
I've been on a yacht, but not on a cruise.
Okay.
And what's a ferry called in Korean?
Yuramsan?
I've never been on that either.
Yeah, like it's kind of a Yuramsan here too, but they just name it cruise in Jagalchi. There is actually a Yuramsan spot in Mipo
Ah.
and also in Jagalchi area too.
Have you been on them?
Yeah, both of them. And it was really fun. So I strongly recommend you whenever you have a time because you actually haven't actually visited Nampodong area. So you
So
should
when I go to Nampodong,
Yeah.
eat all the food and then get on the cruise.
Right. So the price range, of course, varies depending on the age. But for adult, it's 25,000원. So for like a 1 hour ride. So it's not bad
That's
at
not
all.
bad at all.
Right. Actually, 90 minutes.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
not bad at all.
Yeah. And the harbor, like the cruise spot where you actually buy the ticket and then enter in, it's like right there at the Jagalchi market. So it's really easy to find and hop on. So you should definitely try it too.
Where does it take you around then?
Oh, it actually lasts 90 minutes and then you can actually go look Amnam Park and then Taejongdae and several coastal cliffs too. So it actually gives you completely a different atmosphere because we usually just go to that spot and then look at the beautiful view and the sea, but you're actually on a Yuramsan cruise and then you're just like looking at that tour attractions like middle of the sea.
Right.
So,
a totally different perspective from seeing it from above, but then seeing it from like down level and looking up at something.
Yeah.
Totally different.
And what I love about getting on a cruise or Yuramsan is that I just buy a bag of a snack and then I just feed
The seagulls.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I'm so afraid of birds.
Really?
I cannot go near birds.
You can just throw the snack and then they'll just come and like
Oh no, I feel
catch
like
it.
they're gonna all come to me and nibble my hair. I just can't.
Yeah,
But I heard that the cruise does offer two different types. One during the daytime and one during the nighttime.
Sure. That's why I strongly recommend you guys to go and try because, yeah, sunset cruise is especially romantic at the nighttime around like 5 to 6-ish p.m. And it's a favorite for couples and like photographers, especially these days. A lot of, people loves taking photos from all over the world. So when you actually come, you can actually take the photo of Taejongdae or Amnamgongwon or those cliffs. So yeah. Or somebody could capture me when I feed the seagull.
I'll take the picture for you.
Yeah.
So that
that's
sounds really nice. The Jagalchi cruise. So again, if you haven't been there also and you don't get seasick, go ahead and try it. And
Right.
even if you do get seasick, there's so many different types of medicine at the
Sure.
pharmacy now.
Yeah.
And only for like a 90-minute ride, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's not like super rocky, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, if you dance, it will give you a seasick, but no, if you just stay still, no worries.
So then what is up next after this?
Oh, I am really excited to talk about this because it will actually start from the 30th of May. It's 부산항 축제, Busan Port Festival.
It's starting this Friday.
Right. It's an annual event too. Have you ever heard of it? You've heard of it, but you just never been there, right? Yeah.
Jimmy just knows me so well
Yeah,
now.
I'm
everyone.
actually going. I'm actually going this Friday because, they have a variety of events and hands-on experiences, and then they actually will held a K-pop concert too.
Yes. So I heard about it on our Friday segment that there are lots of different types of K-pop artists coming.
Yes.
And it does sound cool, But yeah.
But yeah, it's actually a family friendly, and then couples could go, and then if you feel like just going there by yourself, why not? You can just like concentrate on watching those concerts, and then grab something to eat, walk around harbor, Busan port.
Oh.
Why not?
So besides that, what else is there to be expected from this event?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be ship tours and harbor cruises, port-related exhibitions, and a wide range of performances. And one highlight is a night drone show. And then there are also going to be fireworks displays too. So Friday, I heard that it's more performance focused. And on Saturday, it's more like experiences, activities that you can do.
Well, again, everyone, fireworks.
Yes,
Love them.
Right.
I want to go now.
I'm so excited. I'm actually going this Friday. So for those of you who's thinking of going, and then when you get to see me, let's say hi.
Yes, so here is the poster on our YouTube live stream, everyone, for the 부산항 축제, the Busan Port Festival. So go ahead and take a screen capture and make sure that you're able to go if you are free this weekend on Friday and Saturday.
Yay.
So yes, and is there anything else that people can expect there? Since you did say it's like a family-friendly type of event.
Right. They'll also have hands-on zones for kids and showcasing maritime safety and VR, ship simulations, and then also eco-friendly shipping innovations too. So it's great for all ages.
So I know that some of our listeners do have children, so why don't you take them out there for a fun day of different types of maritime things.
Yay.
Well, Jimmy, thank you so much. You've always taken us on such a great journey around Busan, and you've definitely convinced me. Nampodong is somewhere that I definitely need to visit.
It's my pleasure. Just please go out there and explore more.
Yes. And to our listeners, we hope that you're inspired to go explore these places yourself. And again, mark your calendars for the Port Festival and enjoy all the flavors and views that Busan has to offer.
Yay.
So not Busan, Jimmy, until next time, thank you again. I'll see you next week.
All right. See you guys next week.
And everyone, that is the end of our first hour. I'll be right back after 1 p.m. Here is Into the Groove by Madonna.
And you can dance for inspiration. Come on, come on, come on. I'm waiting. Get into the groove, boy. You got to prove your love to me. Yeah. Get up on your feet, yeah. Step to the beat, boy. What will it be? Music can be such a revelation. Dancing around, you feel the sweet sensation. We might be lovers if the rhythm's right. I hope this feeling never ends tonight. Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. At night, I lock the doors where no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight, I wanna dance with someone else. Get into the groove, boy. You got to prove your love to me. Yeah. Get up on your feet, yeah. Step to the beat, boy. What will it be? Wanna get to know you in a special way. This doesn't happen to me every day. Don't try to hide it, love wears no disguise. I see the fire burning in your eyes. Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. At night, I lock the doors where no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight, I wanna dance with someone else. Get into the groove, boy. You got to prove your love to me. Yeah. Get up on your feet, yeah. Step to the beat, boy. What will it be? Yeah. Live out your fantasy here with me. Just let the music set you free. Touch my body, move in time. Now I know you're my
바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
Let's get some fresh air. What's going on? Why can't I see anything?
It's the yellow dust. You have to close the window. Hey, I know what will improve your eyesight. Look at more beautiful things. Like me.
Can you tell me what I actually need to do during yellow dust days?
Fine. Here are your guidelines for days with yellow dust. First, check your windows to make sure the yellow dust can't get inside. Turn on the air purifier. Second, refrain from outside activities if possible. If you do go out, wear a mask. When you get home, thoroughly wash your hands and feet. Third, fully wash any fruits or vegetables that have been exposed to yellow dust. And last of all, get plenty of water. Keep up to date on weather forecasts for the latest yellow dust information.
This campaign was brought to you by BEFM, 부산영어방송.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
I need a minute, I've been kinda lost in it, running full speed. Between the two of us, we're burning through the night and day. Yeah, I go everywhere, pretend to care that that's where I wanna be. It feels kinda hopeless having you for a moment, but I don't wanna leave. Yeah, all I want is you and me time. Take you down, down to the drive. I'll be missing you in the meantime. Don't you go believing I could ever stop. Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. You just heard You and Me Time by James Bay featuring Sheryl Crow. This heartfelt duet is a gentle reminder of what matters most, just being together. It's about hitting pause on life's rush, turning off the noise, and giving your full attention to someone else. Their voices blend beautifully like two old friends sharing a quiet moment. The song isn't flashy. It's warm, reflective, and full of calm energy. It's perfect for a slow afternoon, a drive with the windows down, or any time you need to feel a bit grounded again. Hello, everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello. It is now time for hour number 2. We're going to kick it off with today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And after that, we'll have Byte-size banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. After Byte-size banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then we'll wrap it all up with Love is a Science. We explore the dynamics of relationships through data, uncovering the science behind love. So now, our question of the day and text topic, it is, if you started a small farm, which fruit or vegetable would you grow first? Which one would you grow first? So, 작은 농장을 시작하게 된다면 제일 먼저 키워보고 싶은 과일이나 채소는 무엇인가요? And I do have an answer here from 만학도 영아님 saying, hello. Before fully committing to kinong, returning to farming, or moving to the countryside, 귀촌, trying a 5-day city or 2-day country lifestyle. So living in the city for 5 days and then spending 2 days in the countryside might make the transition a bit easier. And if I had a small piece of land, I'd like to try growing various vegetables that I often eat in daily life, like Napa cabbage, lettuce, spinach, green onions, and onions. Yes, when I think about these types of ingredients and vegetables that Marato Yonim just said, I can think about a lot of different meals or different types of food and cuisine that I need this for. So very nice choice. Thank you so much again, Marato Yonim. And again, if you started a small farm, which fruit or vegetable would you grow first? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with today's quote after the song. Here is Maybe by Cyan.
버린 걸까 I wanna say it now 이미 멀어져 버린 걸 하지만 I don't wanna move on anymore If you want to come back with me Maybe I can't take for long Anytime I can see you in my phone 내게 말해줘 Tell me why it's over 난 여전히 기다리고 있는데 내게 말할래 I still need you I still love you baby You leave me far away in the short moment And you don't wanna stay 아무 말 없이 떠났던 너는 또 아무렇지도 않은 채 지내고 있는 걸 I wanna see it now 이미 멀어져 버린 걸 하지만 I don't wanna move on anymore If you want to come back with me Anytime I can see you in my phone 내게 말해줘 I still need you I still love you baby Please tell me why it's over 난 여전히 기다리고 있는데 내게 말할래 I still need you I still love you baby 많은 시간이 흘러도 쉽게 잊혀지진 않는 걸 수많은 추억들도 이젠 다 잊을 땐가 봐 시간이 더 흘러가도 이 순간이 더 지나간다 해도 아직도 내겐 내 모습들이 남아있는데 Maybe I can't take for long Anytime I can see you in my phone 내게 말해줘 I still need you I still love you baby This ride is time to over 난 이제는 괜찮은 것 같은데 내게 말할래 I don't wanna need you I don't wanna love you maybe
And that was Maybe by Cyan. And now it's time for today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And today's quote is a little short, so make sure you listen carefully. It is, a slow life is not a lesser life. A slow life is not a lesser life. 느린 삶은 부족한 삶이 아닙니다. So let's take a moment with that. In a world that constantly pushes us to move forward, move faster, do more, and be better, choosing to slow down can feel like going against the current. But is it really such a bad thing? I don't think so. Think about it. When was the last time you truly enjoyed a quiet morning for yourself? Maybe sipping your coffee by the window, watching the sunset or sunrise rise with no rush to check your phone, no urgent emails. Just you and that moment. This is slow living. And there's nothing lesser about it. We often equate a full life with a packed calendar, meetings, deadlines, errands, social events. We're on the go all the time. But what if a full life could also mean space to breathe? To just walk without a destination, just to wander, to cook a meal from scratch, to garden, or to simply sit and do nothing. You see, slow living isn't about doing less. It's about doing things more deliberately, with care and with presence. In fact, many people who move to the countryside, those life reboot folks, as we were talking about earlier today, aren't just trying to escape the city. They're trying to rediscover the concept of time and also the joy in the ordinary. Of course, not everyone can move to the country, but slow living doesn't require acres of land or a cabin in the woods. It just simply starts with intention. Even in the busiest city, you can choose to walk instead of rush, to eat lunch away from your desk, to put your phone away during a conversation. These little choices build a slower rhythm, and that rhythm creates space. And that space can be used for clarity, connection, and even for creativity. So the next time someone tells you, hey, you're taking it easy, don't take that as an insult. Take it as a compliment instead. You're choosing a life with more awareness, more peace, and more meaning. Because, let's say it again, our quote, a slow life is not a lesser life. It might just be the fullest one of all. So now, taking time to slow down can feel like a radical act in today's fast-paced world. I found in those quiet moments, whether it's a slow walk in the park or savoring a homemade meal or simply sitting with a book, bring a kind of peace that busy schedules rarely allow. It's not about doing less, it's about being more present. When I make the choice to slow my pace, I notice that I'm more focused, more grateful, and more connected to the people and the world around me. And I've also liked to do this by myself too. When I'm eating my lunch or my dinner and I'm by myself, I often, turn on a drama and I'm watching my phone while I eat. But although that, maybe some time to heal, I'm not really truly healing in itself. Instead, what I did, I believe 2 days ago, I didn't watch anything, only because not because I wanted to slowly live, but because my headphones were out of batteries. But in that moment of savoring each bite of my dinner, I just had the fullest time by myself. It was so much better. I was able to think about a vast variety of different type of topics and ideas, and also really enjoy every bite to the fullest. Personally, embracing a slower rhythm has helped me balance work and life better also. Instead of rushing from one task to the next, I try to find small pauses that let me breathe and reset. Even a few minutes of mindful breathing or watching the clouds, even just watching them move by, can refresh my mind and spirit. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, remember, slowing down isn't falling behind. It's stepping into a life that's fuller, richer, and deeply meaningful. So take the time to slow down today. I have a message here from Manakdo Yonganim saying, but it feels like modern society doesn't really allow slow living, especially for young people. Maybe I'll try living a slower life after I get older and retire. But that's true. But even at our young age also, slow living is something that we can do little by little in our each day. Take a nice walk. Don't rush for the next bus. It'll come in the next 5 minutes anyways. Just walk to the bus. You'll be fine. So, a slow life isn't a lesser life. 느린 삶은 부족한 삶이 아닙니다. And that was today's quote. Hopefully you can add a little bit of slow living into your daily schedule as well. So now let's take a song break, everyone. Here is You Got It, The Right Stuff by New Kids on the Block.
lights up. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. The lights up. Girl. Yeah, baby. Yeah. You know you got the right stuff. And girl. Yeah, baby. You know you got it, girl. In my life, it's alright. You made all. You know what you did. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. The right stuff. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. The right stuff. You got the right stuff, baby. Love the way you turn me on. You got the right stuff, baby. You're the reason why I sing this song.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Midday Mate, and now it's time for Byte-size banter with Andrew.
Taco Tuesdays.
Always.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
How are you doing this Taco Tuesday?
Good, good. Enjoying life to the fullest. That is very sarcastic. I don't know. It's just, I feel, this time of year, it's, we're definitely out of the dog days of winter, the darkness, if you want to call it. Then the excitement of spring. And I'm still excited about the warm weather, but I don't want to be in an office. I don't want to be indoors. I just want to get outside.
For sure.
Yeah, so.
And it's like the anticipation of summer coming.
Yeah, the sweat.
Yes.
The
but
great
also
sweat.
the vacation that people get.
Woohoo! Yeah. All right.
Well-
Today's topic.
Yes.
I think maybe we have a lot to say about this. Or maybe not a lot, but I think we have similar personalities with this activity that we certainly like to do it.
I like to do this. What is it?
To do it. Sleep.
Oh, yeah, I love sleep.
I love sleep, but sleep doesn't, or how can I rephrase this? I love to sleep, but I love to sleep even more when I shouldn't be sleeping. Do you know what I mean? Like when you wake up in the morning and you're like, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And those 5 minutes turned into 40.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, I gotta get out of here. Or it's like the middle of the day and I'm not scared of a nap. Naps don't scare me.
No, not at all.
I'm
They're
not
my
scared.
friend.
Yeah, exactly. Best friend sometimes.
Yeah.
Some people are saying they're the best. But there's been times where maybe I've slept a little too much or a little too long.
Yeah.
Or I was tired beyond belief, went to bed early, and then I slept very long. But that's not what we're talking about today.
We're not.
We're talking about going without sleep. I got you excited about
the
sleep.
sleepless nights.
Yes. Or this could be a 2-part question.
Okay.
Right? Could be what is the longest you've ever slept for? And what is the longest you've gone without sleep? But the question for today, if we want to give it to our listeners there, is what is the longest you've gone without sleep?
So everyone, 잠을 안 자고 가장 오래 버틴 건 얼마나 되나요? A long time.
Yeah?
Rewind back to university days.
Really?
Those all-nighters.
Yeah?
I despised them.
Yeah, it was funny. Did you have any tricks for staying awake? Were you a coffee person?
I was an energy drink person at that time.
Yeah, when I was in uni, energy drinks were just I guess towards the end of my university life. There was like some of the brands were there, but when I first started, there weren't many around. And I didn't drink coffee. So there was like these not energy pills or caffeine pills, but you could take those and they were like the equivalent of like 2 cups of coffee. Right? But I know they're very terrible and people can get very addicted to those kind
Right.
of things. But it was like, I don't think I would ever get addicted to them just because I love sleep too much. I just want to get it, like, get it out of my system.
Same.
But I remember I don't want to say a touch of insomnia, but like there was in probably year 3 maybe where there was a couple days where it was like no sleep at all.
Really?
Yeah, so I think the longest I went, we're looking at probably 36 hours, maybe more.
Well, isn't that just skipping one night of sleep then?
Yeah, but then it was like that, and then I didn't sleep much after that either. Like it was a messed up thing for probably about a week. Really, really bad. Yeah, so it was, waking up in the morning and then no, I think it wasn't that time. I didn't wake up early. I woke up in the afternoon and then I was up all night studying, went and wrote a test, studied some more, was up most of the next night, maybe crashed for like an hour and then was up like an entire next day. It was not the healthiest thing to do.
No,
that's
not
for
at all.
sure.
I think we've all experienced that during university time. For me also, it's probably going to be about 36 hours too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe 2 full days for me.
Oh, no, wow,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
For me, 36 hours probably because I remember not going to sleep at all one night. And I didn't go to sleep until very late the next day. But
Yeah.
the original day, I woke up at like 6 a.m. And it was horrible because...
You had a full day.
Uh-huh.
Bah.
It was horrendous. But back then, I don't know if they still sell these now in America. I haven't seen them in Korea at all. But they're like really small energy drink shots.
Oh, like the 5-hour shot things or something? Yeah.
And I was like, I calculated. I was like, I need to stay awake for... And then I took like 5 of them at one time.
Whoa.
And it was horrible. I couldn't even focus.
No, definitely
I
not.
played Tetris instead of studying. Like, it totally did the wrong thing for me. So I should have just taken it slowly with like one little energy
You would
drink
have
at
been
a
better
time.
off just going to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It would have been just better to be well rested before the test instead of trying to cram everything into my brain that wouldn't have even made sense.
Exactly. Now, let's flip this over.
Okay.
What's the longest you've ever slept for?
The longest I've ever slept for, I think it's only about 14, 16 hours.
Yeah?
I didn't hit the 20-hour mark.
I guess, there's been a few times when I was sick, and I was in bed for the entire weekend.
Oh, I'm just
And
talking about regular sleep.
Yeah, me too. I think that recently I went to sleep at I came home, felt just exhausted. I fell asleep around 6:30 in the evening and woke up the next morning at 8.
Oh my goodness, that's 14 hours.
Yeah. And that's not waking up to go to the bathroom, nothing. Just straight through. And my kids, I could hear them in the morning. Oma, 아빠 괜찮아요? And I'm like, I'm all right. Dad, why are you sleeping so much? And I was like, I was just tired. That's not tired. I get tired and I sleep. You just slept for 2 days.
We just hibernated.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And especially if it's in the winter when outside the blankets is a little cold.
Yes.
And you are hibernating, you are in your cave. Oh, best.
It is the best. I can go any day with just a regular day of being medium tired and sleep for 12 hours.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
And then if I'm slightly tired or a bit tired, then I can sleep a good 14 hours.
Yeah.
If I'm really tired, I can sleep for 16.
So the whole thing's making me tired.
Oh, I'll go to sleep right now. Let's go hit the hay.
I remember there was one time, though, in university, I did that thing where I stayed up too long, blah, 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 was all hyped up on energy things. And then I took medicine to help me sleep. Mm-hmm. And I slept for I think it was probably, that night and then into the next day. Yeah.
Oh, I remember the first time taking cold medicine.
Oh.
Sleepy time cold medicine when I
with
was
codeine or something.
Yeah,
in it?
yeah. Oh my goodness. Even after I woke up, I still felt sleepy.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah.
is when I was really young, though. And it was just too strong for my little body at that time.
So, listeners,
maybe 24 hours.
You haven't beat Kimberly and I.
Maybe 48 hours.
Yeah, or maybe you're just don't sleep.
Maybe 72
Come and
hours.
talk to us about that. You could have your own banter episode.
Yeah. And for those who haven't slept, let's put on a lullaby for them.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, go ahead and let us know what is the longest you've gone without sleep. We'd love to know. And let's just share some stories from our past about it. And listeners, thank you so much. Or no, Andrew, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Well,
me.
Listeners also, thank you for listening.
I was sleeping over here. Sorry.
Well, Andrew, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye.
And welcome back, everyone. That was our segment for Byte-size, the banter. And again, the topic was, what is the longest you've gone without sleep? Again, so you didn't sleep. Maybe you woke up at 9 a.m. that day and you didn't sleep until 9 a.m. the next day, or you just stayed up all night. So let me know. So let's see. I have a few answers here. Ponim saying only about one day, which is 24 hours, when I went to Seoul to see a concert. Happy face. And I guess that was a good 24 hours of not sleeping, because going to a concert in Seoul must have made you very happy. I wonder which concert it was. And yes, you know, if it's something that we lose sleep over for something that's fun and exciting, then that's great. But if it's like we lose sleep because we have to study or do homework or have a deadline at work, so we're working overtime, that's not as fun, right? We have another message from Benny Neem saying, for me, when I was working at a company, I worked an hour of overtime. And then when we hit the weekend, I had to attend a party for my niece too. And this was back in 2020. So then Benny Neem also added, another one was just last Friday when we had to do travel going to my uncle's farm. I woke up around 5 a.m. because we went to sleep at past 2 a.m. Wow. So lots of people not sleeping here. So let me know if you haven't answered yet and you're trying to still think about a time when you haven't gone without sleep. Let me know. What is the longest you've gone without it? And now let's take a song break, everyone. Here is Sky High by Jigsaw. That was Sky High by Jigsaw. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene. It's time to learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And this week, we're going to learn from the movie Catch Me If You Can. And this was starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. And it's one of my favorite movies. I can rewatch this movie all the time. I never get sick of it. It's so good. So here. If you weren't here yesterday for Don't Make a Scene or for Midday Mate, let me explain to you our expression from yesterday. The expression was, would you mind taking that gun out of my face? Would you mind taking that gun out of my face? And we focused on would you mind? Would you mind? So here it means, do you want to kind of get that out of here? It's like a polite way of and being respectful and asking someone to do something. So would you mind, instead of saying, hey, close the window, you would say, would you mind closing the window, please? It's a more polite way of asking. So yes, let's see here. Before we get into it though, Catch Me If You Can, great movie about a Leonardo DiCaprio person. It's here with Frank Abagnale Jr. and he's posing to be a Secret Service agent. But really, he's the one that's doing the crime of making all these fake checks. So after a tense moment where the FBI agent, who is played by Tom Hanks, points his gun at Frank Abagnale, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, he says, would you mind getting that thing out of my face? And then here, Leonardo DiCaprio calms him down at the very end and, persuades him that he's also Secret Service and he's on to trying to find this criminal and catch him. So then Tom Hanks goes, sorry, I got a little carried away. He puts his gun away and says, I got a little carried away. This simple sentence reveals a lot about their personality. So here, I got a little carried away. Here, to get carried away doesn't mean I'm actually carrying something and moving a box to a different location, okay? To get carried away means to become too excited, involved, or emotional about something, to the point that you lose control or behave differently than intended. So here, Tom Hanks is saying, sorry, I got carried away. I didn't mean to really point that gun at you. I got a little carried away. In this scene, he admits that he overdid it, maybe acted too aggressively or pushed the situation too far. So it's to diffuse the tension here, right? So how can we use this expression in our everyday lives? So at a party, say that we went a little too crazy. You can say, sorry, I got a little carried away with the singing last night. I should have stopped. So I got a little carried away. Maybe they're, singing the whole night and didn't give anyone else chances to sing, and they just wanted to do it. Or at work, you can say, sorry, I got a little carried away with the details in the report. I'll simplify it. So say that you wrote a report, but it was just too long, too wordy, and a bit just too much. So you say, I got a little carried away with the details. Or with your friends. This is something that I was guilty of one time. And I said, sorry, I got a little carried away ordering food. We have way too much. So have you ever had that time when you're ordering food on your phone and you're starving and you think that all this food that you order isn't going to be enough to, satisfy your hunger? So then you decide, I'm going to get this beef, this chicken, and the fries and this. And then you add up everything. And then when it comes home, it's just too much food. You say, I got a little carried away ordering food, meaning you ordered a little bit too much. You got too excited. So here, this phrase is a mature way to admit a mistake without making it seem like a big problem. It helps maintain good relationships by showing self-awareness about yourself and humility. I got a little carried away. So you're kind of acknowledging your mistake. So, have you ever had a moment where you got carried away and later had to apologize or explain how did it go? Sometimes the best way to handle a mistake is to admit it calmly and keep moving forward. Here in the movie, as Tom Hanks does as well. It keeps things honest and builds respect even in tricky situations. So to get carried away again means to become a bit too excited, involved, or emotional about something to the point that you lose control or behave differently than intended. And that was expression for today for Don't Make a Scene. I got a little carried away. And with that, let's take a song break before our next segment. Here is If You Don't Know Me By Now by Simply Red.
That we've been through, you should understand me like I understand you. Now girl, I know the difference between right and wrong. I ain't gonna do nothing to break up our happy home. Oh, don't get so excited we only act like children when we argue, fuss and fight. If you don't know me by now, if you don't know me, you will never, never, never know me. No, you won't. If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. We all got our own funny moods. I've got mine. Woman, you got yours too. Just trust in me like I trust in you. As long as we've been together, it should be so easy to do. Just get yourself together, or we might as well say goodbye. What good is a love affair when you can't see eye to eye? Oh, if you don't know me by now, if you don't know me, you will never, never, never know me. No, you won't. If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to If You Don't Know Me By Now by Simply Red. And now it's time for our segment of Love is a Science. We explore the dynamics of relationships through data, uncovering the science behind love. And today's topic is, why do we remember unrequited love for so long? Let me ask you something simple but real. Have you ever had a crush, a big one, on someone you didn't like, on someone who didn't like you back, and you try to forget it, but even years later, they still pop up in your head? Oh no. Why is that? Why do we remember 짝사랑 for so long? First, there's something called the Zeigarnik effect. It's named after a psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik, who found that people remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones. She noticed that waiters could remember unpaid orders, but quickly forgot about the ones that were already settled. Now, think about this in terms of love. A mutual relationship has a beginning, middle, and often an end. Closure. But what about a one-sided crush? It has no real end here. No thank you, no goodbye moment, just lingering feelings and lots of what ifs. Your brain sees it as unfinished business, and so it keeps replaying it over and over and over again. Another reason comes from a study by Dr. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist. She used brain scans to study people who were deeply in love, including people who had just been rejected. And guess what? Even after a breakup or rejection, the same parts of the brain that light up for physical pain also light up when we remember that person. The brain literally treats romantic rejection like being hurt physically. This helps explain why one-sided love sticks. Because to your brain, it hurts. It's left a scar there. And the pain gets stored deeply in memory more than happy moments sometimes. And let's be honest, we tend to romanticize what we couldn't have. We fill in the blanks with fantasies. If only if they liked me back. If only I told them how I felt. But most of those thoughts are based on imagination, not reality. And the brain loves creating stories, especially when they're unfinished. So, what can we do about it? The first step is simple awareness. Just knowing that your brain is holding on to that memory because it feels incomplete, not because it was true love, can help you take a breath and let it go. Give yourself permission to close the chapter, even if the story never got written, right? And before we wrap, here's a little quote that I've found. Sometimes we fall in love with the idea of a person, not the person themselves. Let me read that again. Sometimes we fall in love with the idea of a person, not the person themselves. And that's okay. It just means that we're human. So the next time your mind drifts back to that one person, remember, you're not weak, you're not stuck. You're just wired that way. But you're also strong enough to move forward. So let me share with you something from my own experience. I remember holding on to a crush for months. Someone who barely knew that I even existed. Even though nothing happened, my mind kept revisiting every smile, every glance, every imaginary conversation. Understanding the science behind it helps me realize it wasn't about that person really. It was my brain trying to finish an unfinished story. Once I accepted that thought and idea, I started to let go and focus on real connections in my life. So if you're still caught up in memories of a one-sided love, be kind to yourself. It's natural to feel this way and it takes time. But remember, your heart and brain are designed to heal. So with patience, awareness, and maybe a little bit of distraction, those old memories will fade, making room for new, healthier love stories to grow. So that was our segment for Love is a Science. Why one-sided love hurts and why we remember it for so long. And here I have a message from Sangyun-nim saying, I think it's like hunting from the old caveman era. Hunters focusing on missed targets and try again may had more of a chance of survival than those who settle with already caught meals. That is so good. Yes. We often forget about the things that we have succeeded in, and we always long for that one thing that just got away. And we always have imagination and situations replaying in our brain. That is a great way to do that. Thank you for that explanation, Sangyun-nim. And now, everyone, let's take a song break. Here is All Right by Christopher Cross.
the past behind us, and we're on our way. Time and time again I see people so unsure like me. We all know it gets hard sometimes. But you can give it one more try. Find another reason why you should pick it up. Ooh, why you should pick it up. Ooh, try it again. 'Cause it's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine this time. It's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine this time. It's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to All Right by Christopher Cross. And now our question of the day and text topic, it was, if you started a small farm, which fruit or vegetable would you grow first? 작은 농장을 시작하게 된다면 제일 먼저 키워보고 싶은 과일이나 채소는 무엇인가요? And I have an answer from Anna님 saying 토마토 쉬운 것 같기도 하고 좋아하기도 하고. So she would choose tomatoes because she thinks it's a bit easier to grow and also she likes tomatoes. So very nice. Tomato plants I feel like are also very good. I have a student who has a tomato plant at home and he's eagerly waiting for his little 방울토마토 to grow. So everyone, thank you for all of your participation and joining the show today, but it is time to wrap it up. I've been your host, Kimberly, and here is the last song, Yellow by Wes Nelson. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Bye.
Remember singing at the top of our lungs. We were dancing in the dark, singing yellow, yellow, and we were so drunk. In the street lights singing out yellow, yellow, if you want my love, then take it. 'Cause I've been too long waiting for you. Do you remember where we started? You said you're leaving your apartment, be right there. I said I'll meet you at the bar and we can grab a couple drinks before we head. You said your favorite band was Coldplay. Well, I got tickets for the show. Don't you wanna go? Had a feeling of forever. I still feel the everglow. Remember singing at the top of our lungs. We were dancing in the dark, singing yellow, yellow. We were so drunk. In the street lights singing out yellow, yellow. If you want my love, then take it. 'Cause I've been too long waiting for you. I'm still dancing with you, you, dancing in the dark, singing yellow, yellow. Every time I ask you out, you'd always turn me down. But you can't get me disheartened. And I got tickets for the show. Don't you wanna go? It's just me, you, and Chris Martin. The moment that you walked into that bar and my whole world changed. And I'll be sane. Remember singing at the top of our lungs. We were dancing in the dark, singing yellow, yellow. We were so drunk. In the street lights singing out yellow, yellow. If you want my love, then take it. 'Cause I've been too long waiting for you. I'm still dancing with you, you, dancing in the dark, singing yellow, yellow. You,
singing yellow, yellow. We were so drunk in the street lights singing out yellow.